Hello, all you incredible air sign people. You're Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This is Gwyneth, and welcome to my channel. So without much ado, let's get going because we have a lot to talk about. This forecast goes from the 4th to the 15th of March. Now, one of the things I want to add, while I move hair out of my face, thank you, is that I want to talk about the total lunar eclipse that happened on the 3rd. Because it resonates for months to come, and it's going to influence everything else that we talk about. This total eclipse for Gemini lands in the area of your 4th house of home and family, impacts the matriarchy, impacts your entire family and where you live. So this is an important shift. It's also about endings. It could be an ending, and then of course there'll be a beginning, but an ending of where you live, or maybe you're changing residences, or maybe there's a shift in where your mom is living, or maybe something is going on where you no longer have all the extended family around you. So keep that in mind. On the 5th, 6th, and 7th, Libra is the emphasis of the moon. The moon transit moves through your 5th house of love, romance, children, and creative and fun projects. Somebody could be proposing. Somebody could be taking you out on a date. Or if you're in a committed relationship, you could be rekindling a spark. And that is a fellow air sign. Libra is one of your partners in crime. So it's a great period of time for you. On the 10th and 11th, the moon will be in Sagittarius in your house of long-term partnerships. That is self-evident, and I don't need to belabor the point, but you will be engrossed in talking to and working with a long-term partner. On the 15th, the moon lands in your 9th house of growth, expansion, the idea of intellectual expansion, traveling, and it's a very exciting period for you. And it's in the sign of Aquarius, so you're comfortable with that. On the same day, Mercury, which has moved into Pisces, which is all about communication and how you think, partners up with Mars, the planet of just do it, in the sign of Pisces. That is in your career area. You might be communicating with somebody about the potential of looking into a new job. With Mars in that sector, there's a great deal of energy that pours into that. You may have people who are supporting you in going after new employment. So that's another thing that's going on. On the 5th, we're going to backtrack a little bit. The sun will trine Jupiter, the sun in Pisces, in your career area, will link up with Jupiter in Cancer, in your 2nd house of money. There is a conversation going on of what your time and effort and energy in a job, in your career, is worth. You might be looking at several positions. You may be contemplating the commute. This is all occurring around the 5th, and it's very positive. It's not hard or difficult. It's part of the dialogue. On the 8th, Venus, the planet of beauty and all things culturally refined, will link up, will conjunct with Saturn in the sign of Aries in your 11th house. There's a possibility that people in higher positions or people with deep pockets support your dream. You may get their support in writing a letter of recommendation, their support in helping you get into various programs or positions of authority, or even into a new career. With this position, it's also the 11th house is about large organizations. It's also about your dreams and wishes. So this link up between Venus and Saturn, Venus has the dream and the hope and the desire and the longing, and Saturn, it will roll up its sleeves and help you get the job done and move you forward into that. So that's the transition period that we're into. These are the various key aspects up until the 15th. It's exciting, and a lot of it has to do with your career and your involvement in your family life. So keep that in the back of your head when you're thinking about the next coming days. Let's take a look at the oracle cards and see what they have to say. Energy healing. Some of you are really burned out, so it wouldn't be a bad thing to look into Reiki, Shiatsu, some form of reflexology. It's fun, and it feels good, and it's good for you. Or simply walking on a beach, putting your feet in water if you have a warm climate, putting salt in your bathtub and putting your feet in the water. It helps to realign energy, and it's a good thing. Okay, let's take a look at the tarot cards and see how they affect you and how they intertwine with what we're talking about. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Yay! You know, I don't know if you noticed, Merlin's at the bottom of this. And yes, that's my dog, Sam. He got a bath, and I'm letting him dry because he walked through mud puddles because it got really warm here in the Northeast, parts of it anyway. And so we have mud puddles. Major life changes coming up the pike for Geminis. You have the skills, you have the ability, you have the talent. Now you have to decide how you want to use these rare gifts. An old friend steps in to support you and give you some new ideas. 6 of Cups. It has to do with your career, honey. It's all about your career. This is the 8 of Pentacles. This old friend, whoever they are, is a keen supporter of yours. You are a little nervous about the money. Where and how and when can you access it to make some of these dreams come true? Knight of Cups, there's an offer coming to you. It could be a love offer, it could be a job offer, but it's some kind of bodacious, caring, good message. It's definitely about a new activity, a new project, a new placement, a new career, a new job. Kicking it off is this person. He's or she or they are an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini. They are very cerebral. They're very smart. They see you for what and who you are. Queen of Pentacles, your financial situation will be fine. This is an earthy energy, and it's about having enough. Gemini, I want you to have a wonderful few days. This is an exciting period for you. Answers will be arriving. I feel that. You need to relax, breathe, and until next time, take care. Hello, Libra. This is Gwyneth, of course, and we're talking about this period of time, the forecast from the 4th of March into the 15th. I'm going to leap right in and talk about the total lunar eclipse again, because that's in Virgo. It's influencing everything for the next few months or more. In your chart, it's in your 12th house of deep secrets, of desires, of the things that you'd like to accomplish on your life path. This is an exciting period for you. It's also an ending. So maybe something that you felt was very, very important 10 years ago no longer has meaning. Now, because the 12th house is about secrets, or it's also about institutions, can be places where you work that are like institutions, or even religious orders. You may, at this point, feel like it's time to leave that order or leave that organization. So this is sort of what is going on with you as this lunar eclipse moves through your 12th house. On Thursday, the 5th, 6th, and 7th, the moon will be in Libra. We should clap hands and dance around singing gaily, because for you, when the moon moves on to your sun like this, it's a good time to go have some fun and spend time with buddies. Find something lovely to entertain yourself with. Now, on the 10th and 11th, the moon will be in Sagittarius. Air sign and fire sign are very compatible. It'll be around, in and around your 3rd house of ideas, communications, and new ideas. That's going to be the focus for that period of time from the 10th to the 11th. On Sunday, the 15th, the moon will be in Aquarius in your 5th house. Children, romance, creativity, arts, anything that you do that's fun. Could be bicycling or taking hikes. At the same time, Mercury will conjunct Mars, and they will be in the sign of Pisces. Mercury is your ideas, and Mars is the action planet of making your ideas come true, or your dreams come true. And it will be in the sign of Pisces in your 6th house. Are you dreaming of a new place to work? Are you dreaming of a healthier body? Are you dreaming of running a race or doing a long walking marathon, or walking through some country that you've never visited before? This period of time can get you jump-started to change and make some shifts that will allow you to fulfill your dreams. Let's backtrack to the 5th. The sun will trine Jupiter. The sun in Pisces and Jupiter in Cancer. And the sun in Pisces, again in that 6th house of work and health, will combine forces with Cancer in your career area, so that there's a necessity to upgrade your office, or a necessity to move an office. You'll have help from the forces around you that are related to your great and glorious career. You also might get support from within your work world to upgrade your exercise program. Maybe they pay for it, or they've built a gym within the corporation. Whatever it is, these two areas work together as a team. On the 8th, Venus will conjunct Saturn in the sign of Aries, in your 7th house of long-term partnerships. Venus is about love and beauty, and Saturn is hard work, but it brings forward, or brings forth, the dream that you have that relates to your long-term partnerships. Now, if this has something to do with a romantic connection, there may be a push at this time to make your relationship more permanent. There may be a push to improve that relationship. And then on top of it, it might have something to do with your work or other partners that you consider prime. So this is a very positive, energetic, but substantial period to change and improve upon a long-term partnership. That is the information on transits for this period for you, Libra. Let's jump over to the oracle cards and look at what's happening there and how it affects you and everything we've been talking about. Libra, 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 Libra. What's going on here? What does Libra need to know? Okay. What you need to know is that positive change is in the wind. All kinds of lucky things can occur for you over the next 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks. This is like 12 days, I think. Pravati. This will all be focused in on your work world or your great and glorious career. Use your intuition, people. Don't just rely on one source of information. You've been a little bit down in the mouth. You felt like you've been stagnant, the moon, a little depressed about it. But there's a partnership. We just talked about that. Because the 5th house is very much impacted during this period of time. And it's an important partnership, a gathering of energies between two people at the very least. And also possibility of meeting a person when you go to take an extra training or a course or take some kind of extracurricular training program that benefits what you're doing in the work world. You've got your ducks in a row. You're ready. You're ready to move forward and learn some new things. And you're also getting advice from some expert or experts, whether it's a job coach or a therapist or a financial planner. News of coming to you, good message as it relates to the work you're doing. I think somebody's impressed with you. This Justice card relates to a legal matter. So there could be some news about that. Maybe you are owed money because of a settlement. Queen of Wands, non-gender specific, could be a fire sign. Somebody also in authority, very straightforward, fiery individual. So, Libra, this is the period we're in. I look forward to hearing from you. If you like what I'm talking about, like, share, and subscribe. I really love getting messages from you. If you want to find out more about me, go to cottagetarot.com. Okay. Let's move on to the last sign, Aquarius. Okay, I'm going to say what I've been saying to all the other signs. This is a forecast that goes from March 4th to the 15th. But I am going to add a little information about the total lunar eclipse right away. I'm also going to make sure that you're aware that this is a very, very active period, even though I'm not emphasizing every single transit that's occurring. Let's talk about that total lunar eclipse. For you, Aquarius, it's in a very important space. It's in the 8th house of life transition. Now, I had a friend who was a midwife. All of her planets in her chart were in this 8th house. And it was because she birthed thousands of babies. She helped bring life. She helped humans transition, including their parents. So this is, a transition spot. It can be buying a car, buying a house, moving to a new location. Transition in this particular part of the chart can happen in 1,000 different ways. Now, let's look and see at what moon patterns here are really going to affect you. The 5th, 6th, and 7th, the moon is in Libra, your fellow air sign, in the 9th house. You might be traveling. You might be interested in learning something new. It's fun. It's exciting. It's good for you. On the 10th and 11th, the moon is in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius for you is another happy connection. 11th house of people who support you, believe in you, and also large organizations that you're involved in. The 10th and the 11th. On Sunday the 15th, the moon is actually in your sign, Aquarius. Let's get excited because it falls on your sun. It's a good day to go do something that you care about with people that you love. At the same time, in the same day, Mercury conjuncts Mars in the sign of Pisces. And for you, that is over in the area of finance, how you earn your money. And what's exciting about this is that this will be a transit that allows Mercury to express an issue around your money. And because it's conjunct to Mars, there is action being taken on what you have just communicated. So it could be a situation where you have said to your boss, I could really use a raise. And your supervisor or your manager or whoever you're working with says, you know what? I think that's a great idea. So this is the pattern that will be coming up for you. And you will be thinking about what you're worth. In fact, over the last 7 or 8 years, a lot of us have been questioning our worth and our value. It's something that we've all, astrologers have recognized in a lot of people's charts. This lack of a sense that we're not being valued. There's a lack somehow in the world in the way we're affected and appreciated. So that's an interesting pattern, and I think it's changing. On the 5th, the sun in Pisces trines Jupiter in Cancer. 2 water signs, they do a little dance together, and for you, it is in the area of finance and work. Again, it goes back to what you really want to put your energy into. Making money from a side hustle or making money from the great and glorious career will be issues that are on the table. On the 8th, Venus, the planet of beauty, will conjunct Saturn, the planet of effort, hard work, in the sign of Aries. You will be working on something on an intellectual level and communicating it. And it'll have something to do with something that you hold near and dear to your heart. Could be if you're in the arts, if you are in love with somebody, it could be many different things. But it conjuncts Saturn, and you're ready to communicate an idea to the world. And Saturn helps to move it forward into public notice. So this is very interesting. Because Aries is so fiery, this is not taken lightly. So this is coming up. 1 minute. And lastly, you cannot underestimate the power of and the practicality that Saturn will bring to this desire of yours. Do you want to see something change in a creative way? Is there something that you've been hoping to see happen? Because Venus is about love and beauty and culture, and Saturn can establish an important pattern as it relates to that. And this will come out of something that you have been expressing, because it's in your third house of ideas, communication. If you're a writer, you may be able to share this concept, idea, project, and Saturn pushes it forward because that's the energy that's there. And because it's in fiery Aries, it's dynamic. So it won't be a whisper, it'll be a roar. Okay, Aquarius, let's take a look at the oracle cards and see how they're impacting you and what you need, and find out what you need to hear. Okay, here we go. Yay, team. Find the blessings in your current situation. You may not be all that happy with what's going on around you, particularly in your work world, but there are some positive benefits. So let's see how this relates to some of the information that comes to you from the Tarot. Well, first of all, there's a bodacious amount of support coming your way. Some of it's monetary, some of it's affection. 9 of Cups. It's ready. It's ready. You're ready. It's time to get off the rock. This is the 2 of Swords. Take action. You can't wait any longer. You really have to push this project forward, whatever it is. Could be information that's coming to you about your work, or it could be information on a hobby, or it could be something about a love interest. But whatever it is, it's time to take action. King of Cups. This is non-gender specific. It could be a Queen of Cups. This is a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And it's you, your energy, your emotional energy. Even though you're an Aquarius, this is how you're feeling. You've been feeling anxious and worried and concerned. 9 of Swords. Because you feel like there's something going on in the background that's really wrong. Something, you're feeling robbed. 7 of Swords. And you're ready for a change. You want to change your life completely. 8 of Swords is about anxiety and worry, and some of it, not all of it, because I see this. This is about your true concern. It's keeping you up at night. 9 of Swords. But there's a part of it that's illusion. You don't need to be worrying as much as you are. You know, you can see this person is wrapped up in silk scarves, and the water isn't even touching her feet, and those swords do not hold her in. So this is a period of time where you've got to dampen down some of the worry that you're feeling. Find a way to get grounded. I keep saying this. I don't want to keep repeating myself and sounding like a broken record, but we're in a world of distractions. We need something to quiet us. And there are many tools for that. And maybe I'll make a video of that at some point. The 9 of Wands comes up. You're organized. You've got things in place. 8 of Cups. is a certain emotional healing. It's solace. It's solace, SOLACE. It's a balm to your heart and to your emotional self coming. Someone you will talk to you. Someone will share their information that will make you feel better. The lucky star is showing up in your reading. We're going to end it here. This is also your card. This is Aquarius. This is winning at something, being guided by the universal principles of goodness and righteousness and peace. This is lucky, lottery lucky. But it's also righting wrongs and meeting the right people and having the right information at your fingertips. It's a beautiful card. So, my dear Aquarian friends, please take care. Know that I think about all of you all the time. I have many people in my life that check in and share their stories. Please feel free to drop me a line at cottagetarot.com and to like, share, and subscribe. If you value this channel and you come to find it as a place of rest, and so to speak, let me know that. If you have ideas of how I could change this, let me know that. But until then, I want you to have a great week. Check back with me after the 15th. I'll have another set of videos up for you. And until that, be well. Take care.